here we go, continuing on in a war that'll hopefully start moving in my favor. Not that it's been against my favor per se, but they just seem to want to hold on. They're showing a lot more heart than the Greeks did, really. The Greeks did that at one city early on, and then I just kind of steamrolled them. These guys have been tough in every city. They've managed to fight off quite a few Marines. They've been doing it. They may not be able to do it for much longer on that island, but it definitely means that they would be a tough takedown. They would require a lot of heavy military presence. Like, seriously, a wild amount. An insane amount, you might say. A redonkulous amount. An amount so heavy that'd make you go, holy crap, that's heavy, man. Actually, why would you do that? That just seems silly. It seems very silly. Especially to talk with that little bit of an accent, that just seems strange. Why would you do that? Huh. Weird. All I know is that I am making a slight error here, because I am planning to switch over to a democracy, like I said, as soon as I can. My error is that I am not giving enough attention to Colosseums, and it's going to come back to bite me in the ass. It's pretty much a guarantee. Kagoshima. Why do you even bother putting in new troops? I could take that place so easily, but it's just not relevant to my interests at the moment. What's relevant to my interest is irrigating and railroading, and also going out of my way to make sure that I form a very cohesive defensive as I roll out that one little continent for myself. I mean, I'm not asking for much. Am I really that? You think I'm coming across as greedy? I don't have that many cities or land masses under my control. I mean, I'm just fighting for survival. This is a fight for survival is what you're seeing right now. That's all you need to know. That's all the Persians need to know. I'm fighting for my survival. My very life, if you will. And if they can't handle that, if they can't deal, then that makes them Jerkus Malurkus, or Jerkai Malurkai. And hey look, I just built Senelbeat for the second time. That's pretty intelligent. Wonder how long it's taking me to fix that. I don't know. Place your bets. How many videos until I fix that? God only knows. Yeah, if I even do fix it, honestly. We're getting pretty far into the game now. Oh man, I can't believe I did that. That's just silly. Eventually I'm going to build stuff on the same turn. It'll say, Senelbeat built this. Then it'll say, Senelbeat built that. And I'll be like, wow, saying beat and then built right after, it's pretty tough. And then I'll think, hey, wait a minute. And then I'll have to take off my socks to add up because I can't use my fingers. I got to use them to point with to do the counting. So, and I'll realize that there's two, and then I'll be like, hey, I got to rename this. So somebody out there in subscriber land is going to have a city named after themselves. They just may not be aware of it. Or actually, they're not aware of it, but it'll get changed all of a sudden. They'll be like, yay, it was me all along. Well, maybe. Maybe they'll say that. Or maybe they won't care. That's highly possible, too. Highly, incredibly possible. Man, look at these poor guys. Isn't it poor guys? Anything like the four guys? Probably not. Probably not. Those poor Marines are in really bad shape there. They gotta hold still and hope they can cure up a bit. They can get feeling better so they can handle stuff. Speaking of handling stuff, the railroad on that continent is coming along very nicely. You know, I'm missing a total spot of road up there. That's pretty crazy. Maybe I'm not. It's hard to say. I'm having difficulty seeing it. A little bit of a glare. Oh well. Okay, that's sensible. What am I doing? Who the freak knows? All I know is that I need to keep improving stuff. Remember that. No matter how good life is, you can always improve. It's a very, oh, metallurgy. Sweet, they can make coastal fortresses. Maybe they can defend against my sweet cruisers. They've only got one garrison in that city. The Greeks are being very careless. They lose that city, you know, that's it. It's over for them. I mean, it's one thing to have your civilization wiped out, but it's completely embarrassing to have barbarians deliver the crushing blow to you. Well, they're sitting there going, no, don't kill us, barbarians. We're sorry we made fun of you because you suck. And they're like, rah, rah, and they crush their skulls. Notice that I'm equating barbarians to orcs apparently, but whatever. I'm not talking about orcs in like the World of Warcraft. I'm talking orcs like in like Warcraft 2. You know, back when they were badass. And the horde actually was scary. Good freaking times, man. I miss the days of Warcraft 2. It was good times. Spaceflight, Launch of the Apollo program. That is how I'm going to end the game, is I'm going to build myself a spaceship and launch it into space and go to Alpha Centauri. Why? Because it's the biggest point producer, and I'm a score whore, as we've discussed so many times before. But anyway, that government change was for fundamentalism. I just actually researched fundamentalism to kill some time on the years. And the reason that it popped up there to say, why do you want to do is I actually researched it. But I could have made a fundamentalist government as soon as I had made the Statue of Liberty. So the only difference is fundamentalism, the actual research, allows you to create fanatics, which fight very hard for you. And they also have the advantage of, I believe in a fundamentalist society, you can actually like create them either cheap, or you can actually just recruit them right out of the population to fight for you. Or maybe if you lose a city, fundamentalists like take to the fields of that city, and they're there to try to retake it. I can't remember which. I know partisans do that for democracy. Partisans have big nasty like bladed weapons, and they're pretty sweet. They're basically again, go with StarCraft, they're basically Dark Templar. They're awesome. Totally outrageous. I mean awesome. What did I say? Outrageous? Because I meant outrageous. I mean awesome. Damn it! I can't keep track no more. Oh, that guy died. Yep, the barbarians are doing a beautiful job of keeping the Greeks hemmed in. I don't have to worry about that because they're just... the barbarians are ignoring me. They just keep walking by. They're like, you know, we know there's a city there. So instead of dealing with those two guys with the big nasty weapons sitting there on a border, we're just going to march right on by and we're going to go massacre people over here. And it's been a pretty even trade. They've been keeping them occupied, and I get to watch from afar and point and laugh like, you're under attack, suckers. Hey, remember when all this area was yours? It's not yours anymore. Now you have the same land mass and land area as barbarians, and you share it with them. 3 turns per discovery. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I gotta tell you, I'm kind of happy about this whole turn of events. Even this little war going on, because it allows me to clean up that island, like I said. Rightfully reclaim the land that is mine. I don't want them thinking it's land for them. And that's why you don't send them on a really long trip, because they get all screwballed. You know, that's just how things go. Sometimes, in the land of Muckamuck. What can you do? What can you do? And the answer is not much. Other than Carfillery. That must be one of my taken ones. Unless I just built something and didn't rename it. That's possible. That's highly possible. Because there's been a lot of cities. Eventually I was going to forget one. Or maybe I found it and I forgot to rename it. Either way, I'm not too worried about it. At this point, I fit in an awful lot of my subs. We're talking like 5% of them. That is a pretty good total for one game of Civ, honestly, with the amount I have. Can't argue with it. Even though some have fallen by the wayside in the meantime, like Round the Wheel. Sad case, that. Poor Round the Wheel. Makes you a little sad in the pantaloons. Oh my god, we finally took that city. Yes. Yes. Yeah, what do you want? No, we're fighting to the end, dude, because I want... Oh wow, Tor 4G does not have a coastal fortress. That's disappointing that I wouldn't have that. What was I thinking? I don't know. I'll tell you this much. It will get a coastal fortress. Because they've got a bit of ship capability. They could actually put a bit of hurt on me. Even with a double garrison, they could still put some hurt on me if they lined up enough ships. And the computer will do that. Computer AI will line up a bunch of ships if you give them enough time. Especially if they do a military build-up for a war, but they don't start the war for hundreds of years. You can see a lot of ships in the water. Like, I've seen let's say 20 destroyers, ironclads, and cruisers wandering the water in a big group just waiting to find something to destroy. It's kind of funny, actually. You know what's not going to be funny, though? When I destroy this place for them. Yeah, that's right. We've taken care of the tough stuff. Now, to take care of the easy stuff. Oh, yeah. We're going to kill that city off. We're going to keep the other one. Give us some money. Money. And we'll just keep one marine there in case they land something. I doubt it. Highly unlikely they'd ever go that route. Now, is that ship lost or actually going where it's supposed to? It looks like it's actually going where it's supposed to. That's good. Ships do get lost. I know I've said this and it hasn't really happened, but it will. You know what else is getting lost, though? The fact that this video is coming to a close. Enjoy the look of the Empire, because it is sweet!